Welcome back, AfterBuzz shipmates. We're doing another episode of Wrecked. It's Cruise-ifornication. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back, peeps of the world, to our Wrecked After Show. I'm one half of your hosting team, Andrew Mena. You can find me on Twitter at Andrew Mena or on Instagram at @TheAndrewMena. Guitaring wonderfully, or perhaps bassing. I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know.
String instrumenting, to be sure. To my left is our wonderful co-host, Amy. Amy, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Cassandra. You can find me, thank you. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AmyCassandra_TV. I love this song.
It's a good song. It feels real early 2000s for me.
Yeah. Good to just mellow.
Real
chill.
mellow. Real like Scottsdale. Kind of real Scottsdale.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Totally rad.
I get it now. Like I get it now.
Yeah.
So, he was on a 2-year wait list for that ship. Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting? So the ship that we find out the pirates have been on the entire time is the Cruise-ifornication, the basically a tribute band ship. We also find out, right there in the beginning, and I was really excited to talk about this, that Jermaine Clement, who you may remember, the tour director guy who also had the New Zealand accent, he is probably the first husband or whatever, the first love of Barracuda.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we get to see him. We didn't get to see that scene. We get to see her take over, and then here's the ship.
But I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Would you guys
go on that cruise? Yeah.
The names for the different versions.
The bands? Oh, that were
what?
great. Oh, gosh.
Schleppers.
The Schleppers, yeah.
Red Hot Chilies.
The Red Hot Chili Schleppers. Yeah, there were a lot of good ones. Gosh.
I love it.
Yeah. All of the Red Hot Chili puns were super solid. I need to get a print of that poster so I can look at it more closely. Because they kind of flash past, but you got to see the first couple that they say out loud, and they're quite funny.
Yeah.
We get on the ship. We have everyone on the ship. First thing everyone does, obviously, after being on a nasty island for so long, is take a shower.
Yeah.
But not everyone gets it.
Okay. When Chet walks out with his gorgeous hair and just
like a Pantene
motion.
Pro V commercial, just
yes. I'm like, wow, what a shower can do for someone.
Right?
He looks better. But then, I mean, people were a little bit too slow because they said, Chet, did you just take a shower? And then everyone's running. I would have been one of those people. Let's be real.
Wouldn't have to ask a question.
I would have already been out the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't wait. You see the evidence and you're like, I know what this means.
And we're about to get personal here. Right. We've all been in that situation where we just feel nasty.
And you just need a shower. And you just need it on an emotional level.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm there with you.
Yes.
And I think, so in a way, you could even say the people who wanted the shower, they got that shower. So are the people who didn't get the shower, is it on them? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
It got rough, but I can understand just how badly
you want something.
Especially
when it comes to getting clean.
Dude.
No, you're not wrong. So then we have the whole the showerers versus the non-showerers, because at first it's almost like a reasonable request phrased in a jerky way where they're like, oh well, for sanitary reasons we should probably touch the food first. And when they said that, I was like, oh, are we all serving food by hand because we don't have any utensils or something? Is that part of it? Because in that circumstance, because this is also a show where it's like, hey, we don't have any spoons, well, just give us a handful of beans. That's totally something I could see happening. But we didn't get that. It was just I guess everyone's going to eat with their own hands. So I don't really know.
No. Well, and the other thing it made me think of is they were talking about the food wow, what a feast. And Florence sees the shower. This is the nicest room I've ever seen. So it really puts things into perspective. They've been out in the world, wilderness, and an island, stuck there for a long time, that sometimes us privileged people, that we have access to these things.
Running water and all that? Yeah.
You take it for granted.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's just eye-opening. Thank you.
No, it's and that's such a really wonderful, and I thought this episode actually has a lot of those moments where we're like, wow, the food, just a room, a bed, a shower, such simple, closet-y kind of spaces were just so monumentous. I also thought that was a great example of it when we get that pack and Bruce friendship. So that was super weird and out of left field. And I just kind of, I thought it progressed exactly how I wanted it to.
Yes.
Where you got that arc of like, wow, he's like a multi-dimensional kind of sweet person, it seems like. And he has like kind of a fun little, like it's his voice, but he's, you know, he's talking about an experience he had. And oh, great. And then he's just, you know, he's like, oh yeah, those goddamn Mexicans. Ah, there it is. It's like, oh, you had us, Bruce.
You can't win them all.
He does
I
enjoy
guess.
killing people, or wants to kill people, if, as we learn on the island.
Yeah.
So who knows? I have a big question because I actually watched it without the little preview of next week. So when I walked into the studio, you were finishing it up, and you had the preview for next week. So we were slightly spoiled, but I won't say spoiled, but we got like little hints, right? So we saw Steve, and you mentioned that you did think a little bit about Steve this episode. Not really. I was thinking about Steve this episode because I didn't think that they were going to leave him there, especially when he was like instrumental in the whole takeover thing. But my thought is that he and Barracuda are like holed up somewhere. I don't know. I don't think a cruise ship would have like a brig, like a little jail that most like ships would maybe have that I'm thinking of. I don't know what kind of ships I'm thinking of, like pirate ships, I guess.
Hey,
but well, I mean, this is a pirate ship, so maybe I'm not asking for a moon here. But I think that maybe he has her in like a makeshift jail cell, because I don't know if these guys are the kind of guys who would leave the pirates on the island, or if they would, you know what I mean? Like that, because I don't think that Owen would let that happen. He's like, you guys, that would be killing them. Like, we would be killing them if we would leave them here.
Well,
and then they'd be like, well, we survived for a while, or something like that. I agree.
Is that how I think too? I don't know.
I feel like you're right, but I do feel like the moral consciousness of this group would be like, no, we have to bring them with us. That's at least my thought. I don't know if I'm correct, but I think at least Barracuda's here because I want to, mostly because I want to see her again, but also because I think that she and Steve aren't done, and I think there's more to be told, especially now that we've seen the former lover about that story. Yeah. I mean, they introduced him for a reason, you know, like there's something there.
There's something that you apparently are psychic.
Almost.
Karen. And Danny.
Karen and Danny. We almost got the scene I wanted.
Almost.
So
I mean,
close.
You know, peas got in the way.
Yeah, they got in the way. Sometimes you got to be focused on the peas. But yeah, so we almost had a moment where they, you know, connect and like have an emotional moment. And Danny basically has his emotional moment on his own at her. And then she's like, "Oh no, I'm just eating peas. I'm just counting them. 484 is the number apparently. I gotta go."
See, and I was wondering, she's such a good listener.
Yeah, I thought that so much too for a moment, and they just expertly dashed my hopes wonderfully.
Like, can't you? Yeah, I feel like we've all been in that situation where we're across from someone and they're just nodding, and maybe they're thinking about something else the whole time, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Poor Danny.
Poor Danny. And this all contributes to what we are worried about, which is like a Danny like fit that he'll throw at some point because he's feeling so unheard and unlistened to, and like he has no friends here on the ship now. I'm worried about that because that's not a good look. It's not a good situation.
Well, and especially because Owen, when he was still dirty, I mean, he was trying to go upstairs and get the utensils from the showered people, whatever. And you see that
whole
burn?
Scene was so sad.
Gosh, like, I think Owen just needs to chill out and just not ignore Danny, because that's not fair. And Flowen is great. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, especially because...
Really?
What? You think
No,
they are?
I like them.
Oh
I like them together, but I don't know. Yet. I want to hear what you're saying.
Why? Oh, no. Because Florence was showered, and as a lady, that's a lot. I mean, I think as a human, like, you feel amazing, and then she's going to get dirty all over again without knowing if she'll ever be clean again.
I mean...
She put that on the line.
For this guy.
For...
Yeah.
Owen.
So I mean, maybe there's something there. I don't know.
There is.
I really like it.
And
I also thought, no, I think you're right, and I'm holding my tongue because I'm hopeful, and I don't want to let that color my thoughts. Man, we'll see. We'll see. I thought that this was just a delightful episode. I had a couple of things that I wrote down. I really enjoyed at the end, become unclean when they start throwing the food. I thought that was wonderful. That's like my new battle cry, I think. Become unclean. Just... it's just too good. And I'm Shawshanking, bro. And he takes his shirt off and he's just getting the rain. I'm Shawshanking. And just like that for a term for taking the shower. Like, I want to text, like, if I'm ever in the shower, I want to text people that, like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm Shawshanking. What? You'll know what it means. Watch the movie.
And watch Wrecked, too.
and watch Wrecked. Hashtag Shawshank and watch Wrecked. Great episode. Do you have other thoughts about it?
Yeah, well, okay, so the part where the shower people are eating upstairs with, like, the classical music playing in the background, right?
And Todd's accent.
Yeah.
Everyone's accent, almost.
I know. I'm like, where did that come from?
I love it. It's just this physicalization of their, like, superior attitude, right?
Pinkies are up in the air.
Pinkies out, yeah.
But it reminded me of Titanic, the movie.
Okay.
It's just like...
Especially the, like, violinist in the corner.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's Jack? Rose is... Jack is Owen.
Oh, snap. And Rose is Flo. Uh-oh. Let's not set ourselves up for tragedy, though.
No!
Oh, no. But that actually brings up a really good point, because they've played in the genre of the island drama, right? The lost stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
We're now on a ship. That's a whole new ballgame of stuff, right? Like, are we going to get, like, a Poseidon Adventure thing where the ship gets flipped? Are we going to get, like, sharks and other things? Like a Jaws episode where, like, there's a thing.
Dude.
Like, the possibilities are endless at this point. Like,
see, and I didn't even think of that.
yeah, no. You made me think of that just now. Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah. Good things going forward.
I'm so excited. Well, see, and we did see a little preview.
Yes.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it. They're coming up.
Yeah, I watched it without audio, so these are also sort of spoilers for me, so no worries.
Jess is getting married.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun. And Barracuda shows up. Steve is there. And I mean,
we found in this episode we got the guns that we know are in there in the like weird room. So we know there were guns on the ship at the very least, and we know that she had a second ski-doo or a flea-doo because it was like themed after Red Hot Chili Peppers, because of course it was.
Of course. Yeah.
But those will definitely it's like the Chekhov's gun situation. It's definitely going to be paid off at some point. We don't know in what capacity. So who knows if that'll be used to make an escape or what.
And now everyone's. I mean, they're mostly clean, not with soap. Both in nature's water.
Yeah, that was, and I thought, I was like, almost verklempt when that happened. I was just like, oh, that's so beautiful, what imagery, and like, oh, and they're getting the rain. It's like, and like, also the fact that they had to dirty themselves to grow, to be together. We've come too far to like let showers tear us apart now, whatever he said.
The price of freedom, guys, like.
The price of freedom, yeah, you whispered that as you were watching it. She was just like, the price of freedom. Like, it was so great. And you guys, she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
I mean, hey, sometimes you have to get dirty to get clean.
Boom. New name of the episode. Sometimes you gotta get dirty to get clean. A truism as true today as it will be hundreds of years from now. I hope people quote you forever.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have any other thoughts? Any other? We don't usually do predictions in that capacity, since our predictions are basically like things we hope happen.
Yeah.
More of like a wish list than predictions. But do you have anything on your wish list or anything that you want to mention more about this episode before we head out?
Yes, Danny and Owen. For them to be bros.
Yes,
again.
we need them to come back together. I totally agree. I don't know what the catalyst will be. The thing is, I don't want to have to sacrifice. I don't know, because this show is so good at writing new narratives and playing with expectation. I hope that they will forge a new narrative for me specifically.
Okay.
That says that you don't have to choose between a friend and a lover, right?
Yes.
Because that is the classic thing. You have to choose. Why? No, you don't.
No.
And and I hope that we will be put in a situation where they're allowed to have their cake and eat it too, essentially. So, fingers crossed. That's on my wish list. That's the highest one.
That. Yep.
But yeah. Until next time, where can people find you, Amy?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AmyCassandra_TV and AmyCassandra.com.
And you're doing some other shows around here too, right? You're like on a million shows.
We are actually wrapping up a few.
Ooh, snap.
World of Dance.
Nice.
This Tuesday.
A whole world of it.
The last one. Yeah. And then Thursday we're having a little season recap of Daytime Divas.
Ooh.
We have some special guests on there too.
Awesome.
And American Ninja Warrior, we're still going on that one. That's Wednesday.
Groovy. Find Amy Cassandra, you guys. She's very rad. My name is Andrew Mena. You can find me on Instagram at @TheAndrewMena and on Twitter at AndrewMena. if you want to check out, I'm doing a podcast right now called Welcome to the Dungeon Hole. It's available on iTunes and SoundCloud, as well as other podcasting dealies. D&D podcast, very fun, very enjoyable. I think you'll like it if you are willing to take a try. Yeah, that's I think all we got for you guys. Thank you so much, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Arr.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
I'm Shawshanking, bro.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.